I am looking at a Leo and a Pisces wrapped in Chiron. Now, what that tells me is there is karmic debt. There are issues unresolved, like a comet of karmic energy. Wounds need healing. I'm looking at the energies of an emperor here and the Queen of Wands. So we're looking at masculine and feminine energy. We're looking at possibly a Pisces businessman or woman and a very beautiful fire sign or Pisces that looks like they are the ex in the relationship. Ex-colleague, ex-work friend, ex-husband, ex-wife, ex-lover, ex is what I get in Britain's Got Talent when they hit the X button and you've been rejected. Get the fuck off the stage. Yeah? Stage left. That's what I get. So this could be about a casting call that went wrong is what I get in my head. Someone being casted or scripted for something. It didn't work out well. Someone getting rejected from a role that they really, really wanted in life. And there's karmic issues tied to this. There's communication that looks like it needs to be had because at the bottom of the deck is the Eight of Wands. Yeah, I've pulled a Celtic spread and it's showing me a very interesting shift occurring between this Leo and Pisces dynamic. Shit is changing. Things are shifting. So let's deep dive. The first card out is the Ten of Pentacles, followed by the Temperance card. Now, actually, the Ace of Cups came out before that and then the Temperance followed. So we're going to shuffle that around. But the Temperance card and the Ace of Cups are both root chakra energy. So it's talking to me about an imbalance between emotions and money, love and money, love and emotion. It looks really, really interesting because it looks like somebody is financially stable, balanced. Somebody is well emotionally balanced. But between the two of you, there's imbalance. Someone had all the emotion, someone had all the money. Together, you should have come together with a temperance and made this magic happen. Something should have aligned. There should have been an alchemical exchange, yeah? Instead of mastering this craft, mastering this opportunity, it led to disaster. This was a sad ending. An opening, a new beginning for someone became a closed case, a cold case. This never got solved. This never got resolved. And this ended in justice for someone, or for both parties. Both parties have seemed to walk away with justice, but in my mind, there seems to be an imbalance. I'm going to have to shuffle a little bit more because, to be honest, there doesn't seem to be so much imbalanced cards. So what this suggests to me through the clairvoyance that I use with my tarot is screaming, no one is paying attention to the imbalance of this. Someone's moved on with their emotions and they're flourishing emotionally. Someone's moved on with their money and they're flourishing financially. But why this whole reading is based around Chiron and karma and karmic debt is very interesting to me because it says this isn't quite done. So now this is where it gets exciting because when we dive in with the tarot to clarify this, we are going to get a real juicy wake-up call. I'm intrigued because this is where my clairvoyant meets the symbolism in the deck and lets me know what on earth really is going on here. What is going down with my Leo and Pisces? A few other cards are already out, but we'll address them when we get to them with the clarifiers. Because first, I need to know more about the Ten of Pentacles. Here we go. Queen of Swords, yep, see, here we go. That's why tarot is gorgeous. Because the truth of the matter is someone is icy and cold. Someone is detached and withdrawn. And when it comes to emotions, somebody else is celebrating. Oh, okay. Envy and jealousy potentially here for the Pisces and Leo. Because whoever's sitting with all the money, they didn't get any emotional fulfillment from it. They just got the money. So whoever's sitting with the money, they're in Queen of Swords. They're bitchy, they're catty, they're cold, they're icy. Whilst the person with the emotions now has 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 8, 9, 10, 11 other people to celebrate with, and they're all happy emotionally. People are well off. People are spending money, dancing, singing, skipping, living their best life, emotionally rich and prosperous, while one person is on their own with all the money. Fascinating. The Justice card is coming out with a Death card. How fascinating. I said that Justice card looks weird to me. It doesn't look like justice. And now the Death card's come out, because there hasn't really been justice in this situation. Because on top of the Temperance, now is the Six of Pentacles. There hasn't been an equal exchange of give and take. Something was meant to occur between the Pisces and Leo, and it didn't happen. Now someone's over here with all the money and someone's over here with all the joy. In the past, yep, this looks like husband and wife dynamic. On top of the Queen of Wands, Ten of Pentacles. This was a happy home. This was family. This was lovers. This is what it was meant to be. Happiness, wholeness, love. In the future, High Priestess with the Knight of Cups. Somebody wants to make a loving offer. This is unresolved. Yeah, someone's blocked. Four of Cups. So on top of the High Priestess, I've got the Knight of Cups and I've got the Four of Cups. And already out from the earlier deck underneath that, I've got the Knight of Cups. So now I'm seeing the journey, a slow journey to coming back together. I want to be unblocked. Four of Cups already out on top of the Knight of Cups. Now, Knight of Coins is now covered by the Four of Coins. So we've got Knight, Knight, 4, 4. Knights are about movement. And they're matching. We've got a Knight of Cups and the Four of Cups. And the Knight of Coins and the Four of Coins. Very symbolic. And how crazy is that? Because we start the reading with what? The coins and the cups. The balancing act here. This is looking like twin flame fiasco. Like, however you want to look at a twin flame journey, this is crazy. 7 of Cups now covered by the 7 of Pentacles. Stay with me. I had one more card left in my hands and I thought, let me turn it before I start the story. 7 of Cups now clarified by the 7 of Pentacles. The card is spreading out with a mirroring vibration of cups, coins, cups, coins, cups, coins, cups, coins. Money and love, money and love, money and love, money and love. For a fire sign as well, it feels like. With a watery element, obviously, with this Pisces coming through. Knight of Cups, 4 of Cups. Got me stuck and stumped with the High Priestess, because I can't believe that I'm looking at this dynamic that is beautiful on the surface, but someone's blocked, someone's ignored, someone's not getting fulfillment in their lives because of this. And it is something that both parties are not really acknowledging at this time, because there's also someone holding on to their assets, to their money. Whoever the emotional person is in this, potentially the Pisces, but let me know in the comments, they are not acknowledging anything. Yeah, so it gives me a little bit of narcissism, I will say, a lack of compassion, a lack of empathy, no real awareness or acknowledgement of this emotional tie or connection that existed, whilst the other person is just holding on to the money that they have and trying to go slow because someone needs to manage their assets and their money, and someone needs to manage their emotions by switching them off entirely, it looks like. Either way, there's real patience between both of these zodiacs, and they're trying to move forward in their own lanes. One's managing the coins and one's managing the emotions. Let's keep going. Let's look at the Emperor of it all, because the Emperor is here uncovered, and now he's covered by the Ace of Pentacles. What a reading. I'm going to go in a little bit more. Okay, because that talks about money, a tangible new beginning, a new offer, right? And we know that there's a night that both of these people want to offer each other something. One has a cup of love. Doesn't necessarily mean romance, but it's a watery element that the other person is clearly lacking because they're cold and detached. Oh my goodness, on top of the Emperor, Ace of Pentacles, 9 of Cups. These two people coming together would be absolute wish fulfillment. On top of the Strength card, King of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, the Fool card, Ten of Cups, Ten of Wands, Queen of Wands, the King of Swords, Four of Swords, and the Justice, bottom of the deck, Three of Wands. It's a waiting game. It's confusion. It's self-manipulation, I want to say. Because both of these people are playing a hardball. Both of these people are playing mind games in their own mind, because it looks like you guys are no contact at this time. But the truth of the matter is, there's this back and forth of when do I move in, when do I go, when do I make this offer, how much money can I make before I see them again, can I heal my heart chakra, if I act like they don't exist, will I be alright, I'm going to move on, I'm going to party, I'm going to celebrate, I'm going to post all these photos on social media looking great and fantastic. There's a lot of image of just moving on, and someone is moving on. Someone is emotionally surrounded by a lot of people and really loved up with family and friends or colleagues or doing great stuff in life. There's no fake energy here, but there is someone who has not tapped into their emotions really. Because if they did look at their emotions, they could see, look, we've got the King and the Queen out of Wands, and we've got the King and the Queen out of Swords. This is a really symmetrical, symbolic, synchronistic reading where everyone's mirroring, but everyone's trying to have strength in the Nine of Pentacles, which means strength on their own. The King of Wands, which is potentially Leo energy, right? Trying to be strong, trying to be purposeful, trying to carry on, trying to keep going. Money on the mind, money on the mind, money on the mind. But in the back of the mind, Ten of Cups, that's the emotional fulfillment. Nine of Cups is also there. That's the opportunity to give and love and be and exist. There's union here. There's someone desiring and craving union, craving a deeper connection. And there is Queen of Wands here, which is the counterpart to the King. The King is craving the Queen. The Queen is burdened by whatever's happened in the past and has just decided to move on. Let go. Focus on the money or focus on the joy of life. So what happens next? I'm going to pull one card to sum this reading up from the After Tarot. What happens next? Wow. Queen of Swords out again with the Moon. In reverse as well. It's giving me Tower card without it being Tower card. There looks like there needs to be real acceptance here. If you go over to her 7D Consciousness channel, you'll see a reading with the thumbnail Radical Acceptance. And it says, when will you accept that your ego is holding you back? This is ego energy. Because this looks like an underlying issue where both energies are in ego with their money or their emotions. But as a result, they can't see clearly. There's a lack of consciousness. There's a lack of awareness in this collective today because no one is facing the truth. Why did things end? Why did things break down? Why were you blocked? Why is no one speaking to each other now? Because it looks like although there is this slow desire to come back together, they're still holding on, there's still withdrawal, and there's still silence and isolation, and there's still avoidance. And it looks like whatever's happened in the past isn't resolved. Things crack, break down, and dissolve when they are not maintained through stable communication. First deck out, the bottom of the deck, was the Eight of Wands. The conversations are not being had, the healing is not occurring, and that's why the relationship cannot move beyond this point. So there has been a shutdown, a clamp, a block, an ending, because if we can't heal through this, if we can't come to resolution, we can't move through it. The toxic cycle in relationships that occur again and again is when something bad happens and we say, oh, it's fine, forget about it, we'll forgive it and we'll get back together. But that pattern of behaviour still exists and you cycle round and round with those toxic traits. It looks like both people have moved on to not cycle back round into toxicity. But someone is desiring to have a deeper conversation. But it looks like that deeper conversation is about what they want with you or your wish fulfillment. It's not about healing the problem. It's not about learning from mistakes. It's not about changed behavior. It's not about evolution and growth. It's about a desire for comfort, money, love, affection. Independence seems to be the strong suit here, because no one is trying to be burdened by unresolved love, unresolved money issues, unhealed past wounds. Everyone needs to go and heal and become who they're destined to be. This looks like a karmic surrender and a karmic release. This looks like a karmic relationship. This looks like a karmic wounded masculine and wounded feminine life lesson. This is a relationship that has come to an end and probably should remain closed. And this is where you learn to heal without closure. This is where you learn to heal from past relationships. This is where you find you and the traits you do and don't want in yourself in the future and in your lover in the future. This is a life lesson. This is a karmic relationship that you're looking at, or that someone's looking to go back towards. But that is not the lesson here. Because you're learning every day, you crave this. Okay? Check out her 7D consciousness and we'll focus on that radical self-acceptance and let that ego really discover itself, and you can break this feeling of wanting or needing and being icy and cold and numb and learn to love again. Love and light.